I've been noticing lately that I don't have to make everything happen. I can actually just sit back, receive, enjoy things, and stop forcing and pushing. As I've been exploring the feminine, exploring my body and myself and spirituality and all of these things this last decade, I've dabbled into these ideas and these things, but I never really understood. I think there's like a certain level of maturity that you get to when everything just kind of clicks and you just really start to integrate all of the lessons and see that you can really live it in this material world, in this lifetime. And so you just get to this point where you finally see, like, okay, I really can relax. I really can ease up on things. I really can stop pushing and forcing. I really can allow myself to receive. I can allow things to come to me. And it's part of how I've been creating my life. Like, I'm in Canada right now. I'm back home. At least home where home used to be. And seeing how that shifts, seeing how my home has shifted, because it feels different being back in a way that I didn't really expect, because I envisioned myself coming back every year and maybe coming back eventually, and I'm not ruling that out completely, but I see that I belong here differently now, and I belong elsewhere, and I can belong in different places without having to force a certain contribution that may be expected of me, or that I may feel like I need to provide. And so I've just been having to keep refining, keep making decisions on what I'm filtering in my life, on the choices that I'm making for how I want to move forward in my own projects, for myself, for my family. And that requires a certain level of grieving, because again, with just like this vision of possibly coming home every year, seeing that that's not actually for me, and seeing all of the threads that tie into that, seeing all of the years of healing and all of the years of decluttering my life, my home, but also my life, and all of the things that I've been carrying that weren't mine to carry, and going back through the threads of seeing like the generations of my ancestors, who some of them were originally on this land in Canada, and some of them weren't. Some of them came from other places. And so when I come home, and I home to this old home, and allow myself to receive and wonder if it's still home, I can see that that my ancestors didn't always call this place home. They did for a generation, maybe two, for the city that I grew up in specifically. And then going backwards, it's like each place was actually a lesson and a shaping of a generation, of a person, shaping for me, and seeing how I can release that and move forward with life and where life is calling me to go. And so each step of the way, it's decisions, it's making decisions, it's saying yes to something and saying no to something, and always having to refine in that way to feel for the path that is right for me. And so I show up for that. I grieve and I release what needs to be released, and I also receive what needs to be received, and I'm present in the moment and receive the gift of that in the moment as I can, because there is so much beauty all around us, asking to be received if we can just actually sit with and be with it and notice it. And coming back to what I was saying in the beginning, like, we don't have to force that, and we don't have to force meaning or force any kind of healing to happen, or force any kind of special moment or meaningful moment to be created. We can just be with what is, not try to change it, but also be like sovereign and responsible in creating what it is we want to experience. So not like being any kind of like victim to any circumstance either, and really being in our full agency to be able to create and choose the kind of experiences that we want to create. And so I've been feeling that for myself. I'm proud of myself and of my family for all of the changes and transformation that we've all gone through over the years, and just seeing where that is bringing me, my lineage, my kind of inheritance to my lineage, and to all of the life that will be poured like through me and ahead of me, and that love that's just going to continue to transfer from person to person, from life to life, and how I can contribute to that. And that is the artistry that I want to be a part of, and that I feel like I'm contributing to. And that has nothing to do with the job, that has nothing to do with how I make money, it has nothing to do with even necessarily anything like any form of legacy that will be like seen in years to come. That doesn't matter, right? For me anyway. Just I want that ripple to be there, but it doesn't matter if my name isn't remembered necessarily, you know. It's just looking for that pure truth and honesty in the moment, living from the heart, expressing from the heart, creating from that space. And to me, that's everything. And so that's what I'm doing, is I'm spontaneously sharing this video with you, and taking this moment to share in my creations. Feel free to check out my links to see what I'm working on these days, a lot of local things, but also especially just expressing from the heart as always, and checking in with you. So let me know if this brings up anything for you. I love hearing from you and where you're at, and it's always cool to hear if you're going through something similar or having similar kinds of thoughts. Connect with me on YouTube or also on Instagram if you want. I'm not always active in those spaces, but I do check them, so happy to hear from you if you do want to connect. That's it for me. Lots of love from Canada. See you later.